that says, what do people look for when they are going to vote? So tonight we are diving into something that impacts each and every one of us, the art of choosing a government. Mhm. And no, it's not just about ticking the X next to the favorite person's face. It's about knowing what matters, what questions to ask, and how to pick leaders who shape our future. Let us get down with it, man. This is Upanika Ntondo coming to you live from Bani Studios. What do people consider before they vote? Vote wisely. That's what we're on about today. We're all about voting wisely. Yes, man, I know it's like many months after we voted, but there is also elections coming up. And people, remember, as I said in the beginning, we are always voting. We are not only waiting for the national elections. There is always a way, there's always voting in our institutions that we find ourselves in, or working in our communities. We find ourselves voting now and again in our clubs. We need to know how to vote, because this applies to anyone and everyone that will be seeing themselves or find themselves in a position whereby they will be needing people's votes. And you'll be finding yourself one of the people who will need to be voting for that particular leader. Therefore, you need to know how to choose a leader if you want to vote for them. All right. So, with that being said, let us look into it, my people. Let us look into it. What do people consider before they vote? They consider policies, candidate qualities, party ideology, they track the track record, the campaign and public engagement, voter accessibility. Those are the things that people look for when they want to consider who to vote for. Also, they do look at the things that I've just touched right now, the left and the right ideologies. But let's start with the policies. But also the policies are derived from the values that we just talked about. All right. Policies that impact lives. Policies that impact lives. What are those policies? They have to impact economy, healthcare, education, and social issues. With environmental policies, we need to know all of those policies. You have to look at that before you do what? Before you choose who you vote for. What policies do they have concerning all of those? What makes them a good leader? Let us look at the quality of the individual that is being put or elected as a candidate to be voted for that particular category or that particular position. You need to look at their personality. Are they trustworthy? Are they experienced when it comes to what they are being elected for? Are they empathetic? Do they understand people? Do they understand where the people are coming from, the needs of the people? And they attached? Are they not away from where the people are? Voting for a council that doesn't stay in the ward that you're voting him for. There's a lot that you need to look at. But when it comes to trustworthy, do they mean what they say? I am going to create jobs? Do you trust this person enough that you are going to give them your vote because they are saying they're going to create jobs? Are they really going to create that? Have you ever experienced anything like that before? Are they ready to make tough calls? Do they understand the real struggles of the people that will give them votes? Mhm. Let us look at what we just talked about, the party ideology which is shaping the vision. Are they left or are they right? Are they left or are they right? Is it a left wing or a right wing party? What values do they really prioritize? Those are the other things that we look at before we cast or we vote. Let us look at the left, which equals progressiveness, equality, and government involvement. These ones, they look at that equality, social support, and progress. Does this party value this? Does this party prioritize these values? Equality? Does it say everyone is equal? Women or men, they need to get equal jobs. Doesn't matter if the job requires physical capabilities such as power of lifting something that is heavy. Even if it's a woman, they will have to do that. Even if the job requires nurturing, meaning that you have to take care or be a nanny, change nappies, take care of crying babies. Even if you are a man, you can do that job. That's what the left people are saying. Social support. No, basically, I'm saying people are equal, guys. They need equal opportunities. Doesn't matter if you are white or you are black. When you are getting hired, they will look at your qualifications. If you are getting a house, doesn't matter if you are black or white. If you do qualify for a certain loan, you need to get a loan. That's what it means, equality. That's what it means. People need to be treated equally. Doesn't matter at the job, if you are young or old, you are being treated equal. You are a manager or you are the janitor, doesn't matter. You need to be treated as a human being. That's what the left wing says when it comes to equality. Social support. People need to have sustainable life. They need to be supported by the government if they cannot support themselves. They need to be progressing in life. We need to change. We cannot be stagnant and be stuck in the past. That's what the left is saying. Do you say the same? Therefore, you are aligned with the left. What does the right say? The right says, let us conserve the culture. Let us be traditional. Let us not change things. Let us do away with modernity. Let us remain working hard for what we need. Let us not be taxed. The government stay away from our pockets. Let's see what the right is saying. Freedom. They don't want the government to decide for them. Tradition. Let us stick to traditional ways. Limited government. The government must get away. That's what they are saying. You know, freedom is important. That's what people are talking about. We don't want the government to take part in all the decisions that we're making for our lives. Now, actions speak louder. What do these people do, or what have they done before? The ones who are the candidates today, have they kept past promises? How did they handle these crises that they have faced before? Probably when they were still in the lower ranks in their parties, they were faced with crises. How did they handle these crises? Do they have history? If they don't, then they are not ready to be leaders. They have to have experience. Do they campaign? Do they engage themselves with the public? If they don't, then we won't be able to know them. We won't be able to know what they're all about. But they have to be there. They have to be there in the social media. They have to be there out there in the community. Whenever there are problems in schools, whenever there are problems, whenever there's disaster, whenever there's hunger, they have to be there donating. They have to be there creating jobs, creating job opportunities. They have to be there, these people, influencing peers to start jobs, to do better for their lives. You know what I mean, man? It's a lot that we look at before we cast our votes, before we choose who we vote for. Making voting accessible. They also need to do this. They can't tell people come and vote for us, but you don't come and fetch them when it comes to the voting time. You must provide transport. You must make it a point that there are voting facilities close by. Voting, they can vote by mail, they can vote by in person, is access and convenience. Your voice, your vote, your power. With that being said, my people, I think that is going to be the end of it today. And I will see you tomorrow with another one. Another one, Mdara. Another one, Mdara. Another one. So, a vote for the future. There you have it. Before election day rolls around, remember to look at full picture, the policies, the character, the vision, the history, the engagement, and the access. It's your voice, your power. See you in the twos.